I'm Robert Dubwise Browne, and welcome to Song and a Story, Season 2. This is actually the final episode of this season. Well, yeah, for this year. And I'm going to do it a little different, where instead of playing a song and then tell you a story, I will share my thoughts and experiences first, and then play a clip of a song. Today I'll speak more about, it's not so much of a story, but just some thoughts and feelings that I have currently. I've been doing music for a number of years right now, and number of years is close to 30 years really. And sometimes it really feels like, what is the point, especially and particularly as it relates to being an artist, to being the solo artist. My first album was recorded and released in 2004, and that's almost 20 years ago. That's 2 years shy of 20 years. When I think about it, what I do as a solo artist, meaning the music I've released and the shows I've done, that can make a living, in reality. Because streaming is where music is now. Music isn't selling, and my streams aren't sufficient enough to can say even pay any bills every month. I'm totally and extremely grateful to the people who stream and download my music, don't get me wrong. But in the grand scheme of things, where you have streaming is below 1 cent per stream, and my streams per month on Spotify and Apple Music hasn't passed like 500 streams or people, 500 followers or 500 people listening per month. That is a rough thing, in terms of building a career. So I guess at this point in time, at this particular moment of shooting this video, I'm again in the thought process of just not doing any more music, meaning not recording anymore for myself, not recording any more albums or doing any more singles. I love music. It's what I do, it's what I know. Honestly, I've never ever ventured into I was gonna say I've never ventured into any other industry, but in 2011 I did a bartending course, and I did 2 gigs, 2 bartending jobs, and decided, I don't like this. So music is what I do. I love playing guitars, I love making people happy, and it's a joy to see people enjoy what you do, and after, when you're interacting with people and they just seem so happy about being able to meet you, those things are gratifying. Playing a song and have the audience sing along. I play instrumental music, so me playing a song, a melody, and have the audience sing the lyrics while you're playing the melody, that's priceless. Those are the things that fulfills me. But on the flip side of it, I can do that for days and hours, and it's not going to pay my bills. So I am extremely grateful also that I have been able to continuously work with Shaggy, for Shaggy. for the period that I've been in his band since 1998. If I continue to do this, my streams aren't up, I'm not doing many shows per year. What's the point, really? Obviously I'm doing something wrong, because if I was doing something right, I would have a successful career as a solo artist, as a musician, as a solo artist. I would say I am a successful musician because I'm touring and working for one of the biggest artists from Jamaica. I have been doing sessions, studio sessions, recording on number of songs, which those are the things that help maintain and sustain me when there's no tours. I do sessions, I do a lot of remote work, so people email me through various platforms and personally as well, say, hey, I have a song, can you play guitars on it for me? And they send a song, I record it and send them back the files. So things like that is what keeps me going. But when you always want to go to the next level, like I would love to know what it is like to be the artist consistently and every time doing my own shows and going out there and interacting with my own fans. But as we say, sometimes you just wonder if it even makes sense. So I'm of the mind again where it's like, maybe I should find something else and do, Maybe I should find something else to do. I actually have an album I've been working on from 2018 that is supposed to be released this year. I'm not even sure if I'm going to release it this year. This album, if you've been on my other social media platforms, you've seen me post clips and singles relating to that album. It's an album that's been in the works as a dedication to my mom who passed away, and that still hasn't manifested yet. I'm just waiting on one song to be completed, the mix to be completed on one song, and then figure that out. Besides that, I have two other album ideas I have, which I'm not even sure if I'm going to do them. But sometimes you just have to wonder. You have to really reflect, step back, and see what makes sense. Because at my age, really and truly, where is it going? At my age, to what Jamaicans refer to as boss, as an artist. I mean, in any musical career, if you haven't seen or start riding the wave of success in your mid-20s to late 20s, it don't really look possible. Even though I always think that because of the genre that I play, the style of music that I do, it's not age restricted. Because you always have young people who listen to instrumental music, middle-aged people, not so young people, and older folk who sometimes just like to chill and listen to some music. So I always believe that I do appeal to a specific niche, I would say. But again, as we say, every time I put out a record, I have certain people who I know that will download it, who will stream it, who will buy it. Those people aren't a significant enough number for me to make a living by doing that alone. Why am I saying all of this? I'm just sharing, I don't usually go in depth with, my life and feelings and shit like that, but sometimes you just have to let people know what you're feeling, and that's how I'm feeling now. I'm on tour here in Belgium with Shaggy, today is a day off, and I don't feel the enthusiasm, the excitement that I used to feel when I was touring 15 years ago. It's just, I'm here, I'm doing my job. I'm in my room right now, just sitting, wondering what to do. I mean, I'm going to practice shortly, but sometimes you wonder what's next in your life. And that when you reach a certain age, you wonder if what you're doing hasn't, let me put it this way. If you want to see a difference in your life, you have to start doing different things. So that's where I am in my life right now. So again, on tour in Belgium, we are almost 2 weeks in the tour. We have another 5 weeks to go. And these are the thoughts, when Shaggy is performing, he's living his dream. I am living a dream that I had when I was 17 years old. All I wanted to do was be a touring musician. I've been doing that, and now I see where that career leads, but being on stage every night now, it's great to play amongst musicians that are great too, and Shaggy has a great band. I love the guy them. It's always a pleasure playing with these musicians. And the crew that we have now, the stage crew, and very professional. And, I have been blessed to work with great people throughout my career. And I'm truly, truly grateful for that. So, how I'm feeling now has nothing to do with my current situation, because the tour is going good, the crowds are great, the crew is on point, and all of that. Shaggy is entertaining his audience, he's doing good, we're all doing our part. But when you lose the enthusiasm and it becomes a thing where you just do it because you have to do it, something else needs to happen. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's other things in my life I need to sort out. That's my feelings in this moment. Those are my thoughts in this moment. This is kind of a somber way of wrapping up this season of Song and a Story. But in life, we have every experience. In life, there's ups and downs, happy and sad, good and bad. We have all different sides of the spectrum. So this conversation is one of those that's not the upbeat, sharing a good story, but being in this mind state and sharing these thoughts and feelings with you. So give thanks for always supporting, give thanks for watching. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for every time you stream an album, every time you download an album for me, every time you like a video, every time you like a photo on Instagram. I appreciate it. It helps me to see that there are people who are at least interested in what I'm doing, and there are people who will shout out and say, yo, Dubwise, go and do your thing, big up yourself, and encourage me to stay in the game. Today's song is You Make Me Stronger, a cover I did of a Kevin Downswell song. Kevin Downswell is one of Jamaica's premier gospel artists. I was privileged enough to work with him on a few occasions, and I think he's a great performer, great entertainer, and tries to minister, in a good way. I already played this song for you in last year's season of Song and a Story, but I played it live. This clip is from a performance I did at Tuff Gong with my band. The first performance I did was to the album track. This performance now is with my band that was recorded at Tuff Gong Recording Studio in Jamaica. So on drums we have Oliver Thompson, on bass we have Michael Kennedy, and on keyboards we have Wade Johnson. You see my son Salim in the studio as well with his bass. He didn't play this song, but Mikey Kennedy and Salim interchanged songs. Salim played some songs, Mikey played some songs, but Salim is sitting out this one. Songs were recorded at Tuff Gong, as I said, by Roland McDermott, mixed by myself and mastered by my brother Shams. Anyhow, thank you. Hope you found this season of Song and a Story interesting, if not entertaining, inspirational at some points. And thanks again. See you next year with more Song and a Story.